This world is divided. Too separate to be one. No protectors here. This world will fall. Like all the others. For Darkseid.
I'm Batman. Hey guys, Pigwars here, and today we're talking about the Snyder Cut. The long-awaited film is finally here. Anyway, let's begin the review. So, I've never actually seen the original Justice League, but from clips, articles, and reviews I've read and seen, I can tell it's pretty bad. But now we have a good Justice League film. Not just good, a great one. Yes, the Snyder Cut is amazing, drop down fantastic, and to celebrate it, this whole video is in black and white. Deal with that. I don't care. I wanted it in black and white because the Snyder Cut's black and white, so this is in black and white now. Deal with it. Anyway, let's cover it. So I want to start with Steppenwolf. In the OG film, he sucked. I'd rather watch grass grow than watch him. I'd rather watch Malekith take over the 9 realms with eternal darkness. At least you know something was going on in Thor the Dark World. In the OG Justice League, Steppenwolf he wasn't even a character! But now, he's rad. He's a monster, a true villain, but also somewhat human. In fact, it's kind of ironic. Joss Whedon made Steppenwolf look more human in the OG Justice League, so you could sympathize more with him, but it just made him bad. But now that he looks more alien, he's more human than ever. He has a clear motivation, a clear reason to do what he does. He wants redemption in the eyes of Darkseid. That's great! You can understand him, and in some cases, you can even agree with him. Secondly, he's a real threat now. You fear him. He kills, and he's strong. He'll take anyone down. He's strong and ruthless. He is what a villain needs to be, killing his foes, not caring about anything but his own goals. And lastly, his design. Great CGI. His armor is covered in spikes, and I love it. His rough skin and horns help him stand out, and his hands with a bajillion million fingers are sick. It's a great design. My only complaint is that we didn't see enough of it. I wish we saw more. He was so interesting, so cool. It's a shame that he wasn't in the film as much. But enough about him. What about the title characters? The Justice League. Well, they weren't mind-blowing or anything. For me, they were the weakest part of the film. The villain was so amazing. The story was great. The side characters' plots were actually really enjoyable. But the main heroes, not as much. Don't get me wrong, they were great. I just found other parts more interesting. That being said, the heroes are amazing. Wonder Woman was definitely the weakest of the bunch. I felt she didn't have much to do besides explanation and stuff like that. She has a cool fight scene in the beginning of the film, and then she's just kind of there doing exposition for the rest of the film. So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed in her lack of stuff. Batman, Flash, and Cyborg were the best of the heroes. Cyborg was the standout hero of them all. Batman's kicking ass and beating up parademons. He's just always cool. You can't make Batman lame. Flash is a newer hero with problems, and he messes up sometimes. It's really cool to see that, and at the end of the film, he pulls himself together, saving the entire league. And Cyborg, he's the heart of the story. He pulls it all together, from his pain, suffering, and loss, to his victory, heroics, and overcoming his trauma. He's a great character. I really loved what they did with him. It's really good. Now I'm gonna get into deep spoilers. You've been warned. So continuing with Cyborg, when he loses his father, it's a really touching moment in the way that you know his father cared for him, but Cyborg didn't know that. But when his dad dies, sacrificing himself for Cyborg, Cyborg learns his dad did care for him, and he feels bad that he didn't do more. And the scene where his dad lets him go in the Star Labs after he finds out he hacks the server, it's another great scene because it's Cyborg realizing his dad actually cares about him. I really liked that, and it was really sad when he died. Now, the nightmare scene, that was incredible. Joker was amazing. The fear everyone had was great. The acting in that scene was just best acting in the film by far. Like, the acting in the film is still really good, don't get me wrong, but this scene, it was just so cool. We had Batman in his trench coat with other heroes and villains. You see the Joker, Batman, and Deathstroke all working together. And then Joker's speech where he taunts Batman about his dead son. And then Batman taunts him about Harley Quinn's death. That was awesome! Can we have more of that, please? Please, I want more of that. That was so amazing. I want more, please, give me more. Give me a whole movie just about that nightmare timeline. I want it. Also, the two scenes with Lex Luthor were incredible. I get why he wasn't in the film much, but for those brief few moments, it was incredible. I wish they had him in the film more. Maybe a scene where Batman interrogates him for information on Steppenwolf. That would have been nice, but for what we got, I'm okay with it. And of course, Steppenwolf's death scene. This is one of the best villain deaths I've ever seen. It ranks with Thanos, Ultron, Snoke, and Maul as a moment I will forever cherish in villain death history. I know that's a weird, really weird thing to say, but villain deaths are sometimes some of the best parts of movies. It was incredible. From how barbaric it was, to his head being crushed by Darkseid, and Desaad taunting a dead Steppenwolf, saying he failed and he knew he would fail. It shows just how evil Desaad, Granny Goodness, and Darkseid are, while showing more that Steppenwolf really did just want redemption. And it's so cool. I don't think it could have been done better. And speaking of Darkseid, he was okay. CGI looked off in a few scenes, mainly when he was underwater killing Aquaman. But, you know, he was scary enough to serve as the true big bad. His talk with Steppenwolf was really good, but I mean, what do you want me to say about him? His design was cool, I guess. Darkseid really, I get the hype around him, but he really didn't deliver in the film. He is just smart Doomsday? I don't know. I'll have to rewatch the film and just see what I think about him, because this was a 4-hour movie. There was a lot in it. I don't remember every single scene in it. Another newcomer was Martian Manhunter. Or, I mean, I guess he wasn't a newcomer. He was in the other films, but he was never revealed as Martian Manhunter. A little confusing, but it was cool. He didn't do anything in the film, but cool he was there. The scene where Wonder Woman explains the ancient war against Darkseid was really cool. Seeing Green Lantern and gods with Amazonians, the people of Earth, and the Atlanteans, it was really cool. Lastly, I want to talk about the ending. It clearly sets up future films that we most likely won't be getting. And I'm divided on it. On one hand, I don't want to get excited for something that won't happen, like The Amazing Spider-Man 3. But on the other hand, I also like how it shows that this world isn't done. It's not all a closed door. I'll have to rewatch the film a few times to figure it out. And yeah, that was Zack Snyder's The Justice League. So, those were my thoughts on the film. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, or don't. I am cool either way. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a nice day, and bye!